Good morning, everybody. Brian with Twisted Tree Farm. Back to do some more improvement on the house. Still got a long way to go. Windows are done. Some siding is done. New roof. New gas lines, new water lines. So we're trying to get the siding wrapped up this year. You know, bad back and everything, it takes me a while to do anything. So yesterday I cut all the starter strips. We used a real wood siding, SmartSide. You got to have it's a lap siding, 8-inch lap siding, so you got to have a starter strip at the bottom in order to kick the bottom out to give it the proper profile like the rest of the house. I've already went across and leveled my line, which I started on the front because you want to measure from your eaves, not from the bottom to level. Otherwise it's going to look crooked when it gets to your eaves. You're going to have a 2-inch piece at this end, and that piece may gradually get smaller or larger. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's the same height as you go down. So we just transferred that measurement on around with a story pole. So what I'm going to do here, grab my nail gun and just start putting this starter strip up. And it's still pretty chilly outside this morning, so I'll be having to take breaks until it gets warmed up, but that looks pretty good right there. I don't have sponsors. This channel hasn't been on long enough to even think about sponsors, but I went ahead and did my research, and this gun by Paslode, the Tetragrip nails, you don't necessarily have to nail into studs when you put the siding up. Just to put it into the zip sheathing is enough, they say. So as long as you put them every 6 to 8 inches, you should be fine. You're going to hit a stud on the zip sheathing. It's marked where the studs are at, so you want to try and put a nail right where, where the studs are going to be if you can. It's going to make it a little bit more secure, a little more rigid. And I definitely approve of this Paslode gun. It's really nice. Nails are pretty pricey, but what nails aren't pricey anymore? I don't know if I'm going to have enough airline to get all the way down to the end. See where I'm at with airline. Oh no, I'm not. That's not good, man. It's not my strong suit. I do not like it. I'm gonna have to fix that. My nozzle come loose. Okay, now I gotta make a cut because it's too long. The house is 48 by 28 wide. So we have my my compound, my favorite tool of all, my compound dual bevel miter saw. And that there's an air compressor. I used to buy DeWalt tools all the time, but they started going down in quality. Somebody had told me they sold out to Briggs and Stratton or something like that, or Black and Decker. So I went to Milwaukee mostly, and I got some Makita drills and saws. I mean, that saw is so nice. Almost took my thumb off with it one time. I actually had to get stitches. So, alright, last piece of starter strip going up. Oh. So I got about one more row here that I got to put on, but then I'm going to have to trim out the window so I can cut the siding to go around the trim. And that's the way they have you do it. It's a little, just nail it up. I don't do it the way they say. I do pocket holes with a Craig pocket hole jig. No, it's not a sponsor. That way it screws it together a little bit more secure than just nailing it. Makes it easier to put it all up as one piece than it does this piece by piece. So let's get this next long piece and put it on there. 16 footer. It's going to take a complete piece. Got a nail that didn't sink all the way in. Okay, don't forget we got to primer the end to seal it. This end's factory painted. I have that don't really like to work most of the time, but we'll figure it out. So the first piece is going to be 16 foot. Okay, let's get a new piece. We'll try there. Hello everyone, Brian with Twisted Tree Farm. Hope everybody's having a great day today. It's beautiful here in Michigan, about mid-60s. Wednesday, I think, Thursday, Wednesday. It is absolutely beautiful. Been able to get quite a bit of work done actually, if I can start learn how to talk now. So I figured I'd take you for a walk around and show you what I've been doing earlier today. It kind of looked like rain early, so I didn't really have the camera out, so I kept working and ended up getting more done than I thought I'd get done. So I'll take you on a little tour here. So the last we knew about the driveway marathon, it was wet, really wet. I had almost 30 yards total of 22 AA brought in, and then I had some 20A brought in. And it's not completely graded yet, obviously, but you can sure see a difference. I mean, the difference in height and drainage going down towards what's going to be the garden area down in there is just unbelievably better. I am so much happier. It's not done. It'll be a whole lot better when it's done. I think I'm actually going to be able to get this graded out enough to where I don't even have to put in a leach field or a French drain or anything. So it wasn't easy moving all that 3/4 inch subfloor that I got to put inside the house still before it gets ruined. We got 2 rooms and the 2 bathrooms are going to take a little bit to get done with those, but 2 bedrooms left. Now I'm yawning because I'm tired and I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat because I'll end up falling asleep. So now we're over here to what this used to be corn. It used to be part of our ag field, but to make the turn behind the garage and come this way and then come all the way down and turn again and then turn again and go back up, it's really tight to get that turn. So the limbs are hanging over. It's a lot more work just to fix this to get it planted. So what I did was I moved the garden from where it was on the other side of the garage to over here. And I'll plant back further towards the timber line south of the property and take over that little bit of a food plot there that I'd be planting in, which isn't a whole lot, seeing how I'm extending the food plot the opposite way this year. Where I had all the 2 5-and-a-half, all the 2 5.5-year-olds, which is very, very rare in Michigan. To have two 5.5, even to have 1 5.5-year-old is rare. But I got lucky and I was able to hunt a couple of them. So one of them I know made it for sure. I'm assuming he didn't get hit by a car or somebody poached him, but as of December 19th, I think it was, I had him on camera during a big snowstorm with about 20 other does out in the food plot eating brassicas. At dark, it was after dark obviously, but they were there, so I'm assuming he made it. And the other one, the other 5.5-year-old, was in the plot that night as well, and I'm pretty sure he's going to make it. He broke off one entire side of his rack, guessing fighting with the other 5.5-year-old. They were the two definite bullies around here. They were just the body language alone was enough to have all the other 3.5-year-olds and 1 4.5-year-old I think I had run those off. This year it's going to be soybean, not corn. However, I'm going to change the setup on how I plant this year. I'm going to put a screen plot around that the deer do not lay in and eat. They can lay in it, they just won't eat it. So I got all this tilled up and I'm so excited about it. It's still too wet over here. I got to move the subfloor, I got to move the trailer or the camper. But it looks amazing. Truly amazing. So excited to have better weather. And I think minus a couple days in the high 40s maybe. I think we're good from here on out. So like I said, I still got to do some grading over here, but I'm gonna let it completely dry, stay off of this so it doesn't get packed down too much. But this big lump that runs down right here from the edge of the driveway down towards the garden, I'm going to try and flatten that more and pull it up towards the house to get that end higher so it runs down better. And of course I got to do it by the garage door, the gate. So, and there was, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but I'm going to try. We had a hen that was not doing too well. She was sick. At first I thought she was broody because she was sitting in the nesting box at night. The next day morning I went out, she wasn't in the nesting box, she was inside her coop on one of the top roosting bars by herself, which is very rare for her because she's got another hen that looks identical. They're both pure white. And she sat there for hours, and I thought she was egg bound, so we brought her inside. And we started to video it, giving her an Epsom salt bath in a new tote, clean, warm water. She had like pasty, but we cleaned her up really well, soaked her again. We didn't feel an egg. Then we started thinking that maybe she had water belly. So what we did was we quarantined her in one of the smaller coops that I'll show you in a minute that we have. That all the other chickens can see her, but they can't get to her, eat out of the same water, eat out of the same food. They're not walking around in her poop or nothing like that. So we had her in there. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, everyone. We had her in there for about a week. And it seemed like she started to get more perky, like she was acting like a chicken would act more, sitting up. And then one day I caught her down laying underneath the coop because it was a nicer day that day. And so I just told Steffi, I said, you know what? I said, let's go give her another Epsom salt bath and check one more time. We did, and we didn't feel anything. It didn't even feel like she had water belly. There was nothing there. So we were giving her apple cider vinegar in her water, and straight, and plain Greek yogurt, and table scraps, because she really didn't want anything else. And she wasn't really eating a whole lot, or pooping a whole lot. So I didn't know if maybe the pasty butt had her backed up, but anyway, the next day we just decided, hey, you know what? She's not showing any signs of having it. Maybe parasites in her intestines. That's what I thought it was. And we put her out the other day, and I'm going to tell you right now, she is so happy. She's running around, acting like her old self. So happy to be back with her flock. So I don't know what we did. I'd like to take claim to it, but I don't know if we did. But she's back and she's out and running. She just ran by. I just seen her. Let me see if I can see her over here. Here she comes. And she's got another sister. We call her her sister. There they are. They're both right there. She is just doing amazing now. And there's Wednesday, the rooster, the king of the bunch. We keep these two flocks separate because Wednesday's so mean. We would get rid of him, but he does an amazing job protecting these flocks. Two raccoons he's taking care of. I couldn't believe it. And now Toby, the Polish sitting right there, he was the king of that roost. And then Frank the tank, he's in there somewhere. He got bigger than Toby and started taking all the girls. There's enough for both of them in there. There's 11 hens in there. And this small one right here, coming right by Toby, that chicken likes to be picked up more than any chicken I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, they all seem to be doing great, minus Toby. He's a little stressed out, I think. He's not real happy that Frank the tank took his women. There's Frank over there. Let's see if I can zoom in and get it to focus anyway. That's him strutting right there. But he took all the hens, it seems like. Toby, they'll sit by Toby, but when Frank comes, Toby leaves. So I think Toby might have gotten his butt kicked or got knocked down a couple. No, don't even think about it, buddy. What are you trying to get at? What's he trying to do? I think he hears the airplane up there and it's scaring him. Not scaring him, but making him cautious, I guess. So anyway, yeah, the siding on the house is moving along great. Yeah. There he goes. So yeah, the siding's going up well. This is the other end of the house that you've seen us doing the other end before. It's not done yet. I still got to trim around that window and 2 windows in the back. So, but yeah, it's almost done on each end. The front's just about completely done, minus 2 small pieces. So yeah, it's moving along great. So I just figured I'd give you a quick update and tour on what's going on around here. It's time for me to go in and eat and sit down for a little bit. So I hope everybody has a great day.